That's interesting. So, the stop streaming button. Won't say it hit itself, but I clicked on something and my click went through the window that it was on top of and went underneath it. So I hit the stop streaming button underneath the thing I closed. That's fun. I'm smiling through my teeth. My VTuber can't show that. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, no, wait. This is a proper bleeder road off of here. This is fine. So we come over here and just, like, pray that this works, but that should. Separate that out into 2 roads. Oh, this is just a hot mess. You'll figure it out. I'm confident in you, my boy. Actually, they are figuring it out, see? I should pre-split these roads actually a bit more so there's more run-in time. Like that, yeah. Okay. Literally, dude, there's how many people went into the left lane just to confront a 1 car for that brief window? Okay, all of you can fuck off. You are actually bastards. I wish I could delete people individually who do that. Oh, that's just hot and dandy. Okay. Why did you get rid of the shoulder line here, bud? Because we wanted to build this in a little bit. Why? Can you not do that? Oh, that pink car is going backwards. Oh, there you go. You good? Tank. Thank you, Tank. How you doing? Tank, do I need to give you a summary of costs up until like this point? I've been listening to side stream. Do you need a cost summary? Chat, raise your hand if you need a summary of costs. Of like just season 1 so far. I will eventually. Okay. Hundreds of at-home hours I do not have. Ah. I apologize. That's why I'm not like mad at even my GMs for like not being able to watch every session. Is like, time is not a free resource for a lot of people. Even if you had all the time in the world, there's also like other factors that go into something like that too. Like watching and engaging thoughtfully in content can be mentally exhausting. So you have to also be in a positive mindset to be able to ingest the content without, you know, either putting it on brain autopilot or just becoming disinterested over time out in, you know. So I understand why people take breaks, and I will never be upset at somebody for taking a break, do what they need to do, and focus on their lives. But if people do want a summary of costs, I can give them a quick summary of costs. Because Sunday is going to be a heck of a session if it goes the way I'm thinking it's going to go. This land bridge is pretty high up, but that's because it's got to go over trains. But it's a pedestrian bridge, so... Alright, let's get some suburbia up in here. I do really like these, like, somewhat natural parks. I just wish that the citizens would actually use it without having to be like, hey, oh, park area over here. But that in existing should attract people that, like, sectioned off land. Oh, people are walking down here. Cool. Arthur, Piper, and I'm guessing Lily? Yeah. They're going home? From where? Say what your route was? No. It wouldn't be from the community college, because you would have taken a more direct route home. Oh, holy crap, the community college is no... This is how people get to the community college? They just hoof it? I see. They're just walking there. Okay. Alright. So, I'm not the only one who's crazy. I know this is a great way to start off a sentence, but I swear to you I'm not the only one that's crazy. Other YouTubers have started doing extensive testing of city skylines, basically monitoring the lives of citizens, and it is a repeating trend. That citizens will live for 16 years in elementary school, then spend 3 months in high school, then 3 months in college, then 3 months in university. Something is just screwed up with the simulation. Why are you all like this? Here, we'll move it over here so it looks a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Ignore the trees in the building. They don't worry about those. They're free trees. Also, ignore the fence running through this building. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't know if cars are supposed to do that there, but I'm not gonna question it. I also don't want parking here. Parking here incentivizes disruptive traffic patterns. I'll be feeling top shelf and lucky now. I'll see you at the next mandatory streamer healthcare redeems. Oh, thank you, Neo. I will stretch and hydrate now. Ah. Boy, the amount of, Boy, this is just looking at a roundabout in America, isn't it? Okay, adding bike lanes fixed it of all things. This is a marathon? There's so many bicycles! Wait, is there... What the heck? There are so many bicyclists! Making priority bike lanes at the end of this might have actually been the proper solution. There's a lot of traffic filtering down here. Oh! Are you supposed to look like that? Right, this intersection. This is a major choke point here. I hate the car noise. I'm turning it down. Turning the video game up. So this is face walking with pedestrian lights. Wait, why isn't this... Oh, right, that's kind of a thing. I was like, why isn't this taken up? Haha. Haha. I was the doofus. Where's my key roads? I want a pier, I want a key. Paths with lamps. What am I, a moth? Where is my key walls? Wait a minute. Are you in here? Oh. It's a whole key wall expansion. Right, you do this weird stuff. Keys aren't... do you mean you're snapping to the grid? You know what? Snap to nothing. Actually, closest to the water-wise, that's actually pretty spot on. Wheeler, we're gonna ignore this. We're gonna ignore that one too. I love you, single plank above the surface. Thank you. Well, traffic's cleared up at least, so that was the solution. Every problem has a solution in this game. It's just whether or not you're mad enough to implement it. Why is this a primary thoroughfare? You have a denser road right over there. There is no reason for... Oh... Really? You know what? No, you move your house over. Build a new house right here. I said build a new house right here. Where that? Give me your house. I need a tiny house. I'm gonna kill him. You mean overlapping item to the corner? If they can't handle having a little concrete on their land... Excuse me, sport... Boys, relax. Boys. It's not that big of a street race. Go. Not natural. Ugh. Can't believe the cop was joining in too. That feels irresponsible. Honestly, I would love to live near a suburban street like this. Like, live off in one of these suburbs. I don't fucking care. But, like, having walking distance to just, like, a whole bunch of local shops is, like, the environment I grew up in. Being, like, a 5-10 minute walk away from, like, everything you could need? It's actually quite nice. No need for public transit, but you could take it if you really want to. Like if it's a rainy day or something. You know, something like that. Another Plecht Elementary School. I wish I could just turn all of the children into adults. It's an odd statement, don't get me wrong, but the problem is children are broken. That's another odd statement. Those of you who know this game know what I mean. What I've turned into the adults from Kids Next Door. I want to take all of the children and just turn them into adults. That's weird. And for some reason, I want to get rid of, video games or something. I don't know. Do I put the expensive steakhouse down here by the waterfront? Oh, I could put it on top of a gas station. Yeah. We don't need gas, we need steaks. Oh, man. What does a steakhouse do? Plus 20 meals. That's an odd metric. I don't see that anywhere else in this fucking game sometimes. 20 meals? Sounds like something from like a survival RPG. What do you mean 20 meals? There are meals, but it's only for some 20 beach. Ah, I love 20 unlabeled beach. Oh, goodness. Help me, my baby keeps standing up and T-posing into a wall. Sorry. That's just gonna happen. Oh, good. The 25 architecture. Could you tell me what the stat actually is? Oh, the Fox Inn. Well, we have to have a Fox Inn. It's just, you know, the larger Fox Inn pub. The large UK petrol station. Shard Arena. Oh. Oh, it's like a proper, like... What is it? Esports. I'm embarrassed about Philadelphia. They spent like $30 million building an esports arena downtown. You know how often that shit gets used? I think they had one Dota final there, and that was it. Like, okay, I guess. It's a Dota final, huh? I mean, they eventually just move those things off to Madison Square or something like that, you know? Alright, how bad's the stank over here? A little stanky. It's actually not that bad. It's a considerably not bad amount of stink. I really should think before I say shit. Processing capacity. Yeah, the plant's constantly running at like near capacity for its processing. I'm going to turn it up a little bit just so I can kind of stay on top of it. Oh, besides, it also provides more employment opportunities for my citizens. Hey, do you want to see my cat? I'm not the cat. I'm not the cat. Hey, Garf. Telecommunication with the area. It could use a regional post office. Nothing too crazy. That's enough to supplement the area without overindulging. There are some areas out here that get crap internet, though. So we'll put an antenna down here. And then bump its range up just a hair more. That gives coverage to the whole valley, both sides of the road. I'll put one out here, too. There's a hell of a dead spot driving through here, but you know how it is. Why are there criminals? Crime's been committed here. Well, we clicked on a random citizen and it just said their occupation was robber. Let's follow the life of this thief, shall we? They were born. That's it. They were born, they're wealthy, they're well educated, and they steal shit. I'm getting a prison. How far out in the middle of nowhere can I toss this thing? Guys, I can make Prison Island. Wait, isn't that real? We call it Alcatraz. Goodbye. It's a great place for a prison out here. What a wonderful prison. But we do need to put one prison in the city, so all of the higher end criminals essentially get dumped somewhere. Because they won't. They'll just be like, well, we don't have anywhere to throw this guy. So you know what we're gonna do? We're not going to arrest him. And I hate that. Welcome to Prison Island. I hear Kuro has made a silly drawing. I cannot wait to see it. Oh. I've been mothed. I've been mothed. It gives off the vibe of Tippy. Okay, but yes, but also... a little more. I'm going to eat your clothes. Let me in your closet. Martin, get over here. I'm coming for you. Lamp. We'll put a library in there. Ah, good. There's no prisoners, but 80 people work here. There are a bunch of prison vans en route delivering prisoners, so once they're here, they'll be happy. Oh, wow, we've been hired a lot of people to hold 7 dudes. I can't wait to fill this prison with 7 people. 7 of the most messed up people out there. 100 people to run a 7-man prison? This is Alcatraz, goddamn! Oh, they're incredibly efficient because they don't got anything to do. I put it in the wrong way. I like that the road that surrounded the prison was called Daffodil Lane. What an innocent name. Like, oh, that's cute. Sending the worst of the worst to Daffodil Lane. What do you mean, in water? Now it's Lafayette. A much more demanding of respect name. There. This really is just a prison island, isn't it? Not the way I would have gone with it, but alright. Can you name it Butt Island? Franklin Glen. I'm not giving this island 2 first names. There, I named it Butt Island. Now it's a delightful pun on what you suggested. Really out here parking down here to walk home? Ah, goddamn, guy. I feel like property value out here is probably not all that high. Specifically because the turn off of the expressway to the jail's right there. I'm just gonna put this down to here. Actually, you know what? I am gonna do keys on both sides of it. So it's like guardrails. Yeah. That's the smart thing. Put guardrails up. Are the prisoners here yet? Wait, returning? What do you mean returning? Oh, like they're coming back to the location. Oh, you're full of 16? You put 16 men inside here? Besides the driver? And dogs? Wait a minute. Hold the hell on. Are the dogs the criminals? Evil dogs. All dogs go to prison. Maybe it's a prisoner taking the dog with him to jail? That seems kind of mean. I feel like that's also really a bad idea for the security of the jail. I look at the details as like who's inside this, or is it just 16 ambiguous people? I have 3 dogs in here. Don't know where they came from. There's 3 dogs. Hello, John. I have 3 dogs. What was that? Wait a minute. I saw that on the road. You saw that? There was like a square that was here and then blinked out of existence. Is that a trash vehicle? The garbage truck got to the prison before the prisoners? I think this is our first actual, like, prison van full of prisoners. Got 16 people in it. Wait a minute, we lost a prison van. What, did they escape? Or did they despawn? They took it, they're gone now. They're someone else's problem, not mine. 16 men. Oh good, they're going in the back door. Wait, there's no fence here? This is just open air? Oh my god. Wait, where are the prisoners? Oh, there they go. You're the... Well, Robert, destination, going to prison, going to prison. Destination prison. Oh my god, it is the guy's dog. Can't believe you arrested the man and the dog. You took their dog to jail with them? Okay. Enjoy your prison. We're lowering taxes again because I guess we have the money to. 6. God, I would kill to live in a place with 6% tax. Traffic is the only problem in my city. Everyone's really happy they're in walking distance to elementary school. Oh my sweet baby rays, what is... We're gonna need another thoroughfare between these two spaces. This is a little tight. Do I do something stupid? Dangerous question, I know. Could make a cut road over here. I could put it up here too. It's definitely another means of alleviating the pressure from one expressway, but the problem is it's going to be so far away that no one's going to use it. Because the main issue is a lot of this density wants to get over to here. But I've made it so a lot of this density can only use this lifeline here. So I could put like a cross line here. It ain't great though. But it will offload the density off of this intersection. The more I can do that, the better. So it won't do a lot, but it'll do something, which I guess is more than nothing. I'm gonna only make it a 2-lane drawbridge. I don't think there's any need for capacity past that point. This is also a 4-lane drawbridge. Honestly, that should be upgraded. What do you mean elevation too low? Actually, you know what? We can just do a grand bridge proper through this. Oh, what bridge? Oh, side effect! How was the Swiss Alps today, side effect? Did you have fun? Watching your whole entire crypto farm explode violently? Dark. You didn't even see it, you heard it. All of my apes gone. As it should be. The universe righted itself once again. Apes deleted. Yeah. We're currently trying to offset some traffic problems. And then after that, I'll load up art or something. I know this is a crosstown express. How do I pull this across here without being like a absolute menace? Oh crap, there's electrical equipment in the way. Anyway, we're gonna ignore the electrical equipment and demolish it. I didn't want to demolish it while the simulation was running. That might bite me in the ass. We'll find out in a moment. That might come back to haunt me. I don't know. We'll find out. Cleaning out buildings from the base, and I heard the faint sound. I was like, what was that? Yep. No, we were going to Five Guys, and we heard that in the car, and we're like... Uh-oh. 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 Okay, so this is a little ridiculous, but I'm going to try to incentivize a civilian walk path over this road here by connecting it to a local walking network here, and we'll see if it works out. It probably won't, but it's whatever. I have an idea on how to make it work. Whether or not it executes properly, fuck if I know, but we'll find out. I want to try and make the city kind of nice. Welcome to how I play cities. I don't know if this will work, but it might. If it does, it'll kind of look cool. Oh, that's gonna be pain. I don't know. I'm not gonna have to merge on it, so I don't give a shit. Anyway, AI can figure it out. The game's AI. Right, this is a bridge. I can't, this is, yeah, I'm just gonna have to put bushes on this side. Some trees. Boy, these are really spaced out trees. Okay. There's a slight chance my civilians are going to cross a highway and possibly cause intense bodily harm to anyone and everyone. We'll find out how that goes when the simulation starts running again. Well, why would you do that? No. Sync up to the intersection. There's a perfectly cromulent intersection here for you to... There we go. Just limbo under the electrical wires. It's fine. Right. This was a primary expressway for people to get off and on from the city through an alternative means to enter into the suburbs down south. Oh, that's going to... It's not going to be great. But rarely are the best inventions of man truly epic. I really would hate to be in that lane exchange. Yeah, that's turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, turn this off. Okay, no crossings, no awkward lefts that, like, send people on, like, a destruction mission. Oh god, you do have them. Okay, this works pretty okay, actually. It immediately is taking on a lot of traffic, too. Not too much, but enough that it's justifying its demand. This is gonna get nasty quick, so we're just gonna get in front of side effect suggestion and put down a roundabout. I love my friends. Return to the roundabouts. It's always a roundabout. Ready for this idea? What's your idea, Kev? I'm scared. I'm a little scared. I'm gonna be real. I'm a little scared. How are the trees through here? Not bad. Okay. Can you make a roundabout of roundabouts? I've done that. What do you mean can't connect them up? Happy? There you go. Pat, pat, pat. Oh, this is... Oh. Yeah, you'll figure yourself out, kid. Fine. Something's on fire over here. Fire. Your house is burning down. I don't know. Oh, this is abysmal. Yeah, we knew traffic coming into this was going to be bad. So you know what the solution is? Roundabout. I am sickened but curious. Where can I justify a roundabouts of roundabouts? There aren't a lot of open spaces through which a roundabout would be justified. There are some nasty traffic areas, but there's not enough size or openness to really deal with something like that. Honestly, maybe our candidate is right here. Alright, fine. You've convinced me. How do you make a roundabout a roundabout? Well, pray to whatever gods you may or may not have. They're certainly going to be a time. Oh, that's a new one. Don't worry about that error. That error is silly. It's a silly little game error. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about this could crash your game. Anyway, we're gonna save the game really quick. I thought it disabled my option to save. I was like, oh, I see how it is, game. Alright, so how do you build a roundabout of roundabouts? Well... 104... we would need to... That is... 24. You're not gonna give me exactly what I want, but that's fine. This is the perfect music for making a monster. I'm gonna be real. Alright, so we've made one roundabout. Now we connect it to other roads. And then we take our little roundabout tool. Look at all of this unused pavement. I hate this. This is amount of immediate slowdown. This shit hit the fucking. You know, a normal intersection would have been fine. Would have been fantastic. No. I have to be careful deleting these trees because I'll keep like clicking on one, but like the thing will like barely move, and then I've clicked on the street underneath. Oh, this is good. This is exactly what I wanted. Wait, can I put bike lanes on all of this? Bike lane. Bike lane, bike lane. Bike lane, bike lane, bike lane, bike lane. Oh, I'm a monster. Oh, this is hot dog water, isn't it? Where are you guys off to? You know what? You need more lanes. Get over here, Billy. You need more lanes. One-way street or something, bridging the gap, yeah. The main issue is, yeah, there's a lot of density going in a lot of different directions here. The other thing I can do to kind of speed this up I allow right turns on red. Which this person would do if this motorcycle... Wow, I hate that. What is wrong with you people? She's done a roundabout there. You know, maybe. Oh, the roundabout of roundabouts has completely destroyed our traffic infrastructure. So we're just gonna put one right here. There's a lot of really dangerous traffic here. Right turns on red is very much not a thing where I'm from, and it stresses me out when I'm abroad. In America, right turn on red is... as long as you're in suburban or rural areas, right turn on red is always, like, legally okay. But if you are in a city, there is a chance that there are postings that say that it is illegal. You need to be aware of those. I know Pittsburgh has a couple intersections where it explicitly says no right on red. I know New York has a couple intersections that are explicitly no right on red. I know Philly's got a couple intersections that are explicitly no right on red. I don't know what the traffic laws are in other countries. This feels like the gym badge from, like, Gen 9. I'm trying, or, like, maybe Gen... I don't know what gen this is. This feels like a gym badge design. I don't want to be the gym badge. I don't want to be the gym leader of the roundabout gym. Honestly, though, you know, just allowing for consistent flow through here and not having a disruption from a stoplight would kind of fix it. Which does suggest a roundabout is the solution. Because allowing for a consistent flow to travel through this space would resolve its issues. Because there's not a lot of cross flow. There's very minimal cross flow. It's mainly thoroughfare flow. If anything, this is a problem. Actually, bicycling out to here might be a pretty good solution for people who want to take an easier means of mass transit from one side of the town to the other. Oh, that's a hell of a hill to bike up, though. Bruh. Couldn't have made that easier? I couldn't have, like, gone around? No, just... You're just gonna be in pain. Yes, I call this the unnecessary bump. My genius design in mayoral inventions. This unnecessary bump makes people mad. There's nothing else. When Dad turned on red, it always made you anxious. Yeah, that is just like, it is a common, you just do it thing in America. Yeah, so now there's a lot of traffic dumping into a left turn over here. Which would be great. Except there is the one occasional car that kills the entire flow coming over here, making a left. Wondering if there's a way to not allow people to make lefts? That would be a bit much. That feels a bit excessive. Yeah, because as long as nobody's coming back the other way, the flow's actually perfectly fine. Traffic just keeps going, except for you! Why are you guys, like, so wrong with... I love when the cars just, like, wiggle out of nowhere. They're like happy little cats settling in for a moment before fucking ruining everything with their polygonal tires. Ah, good. I zoom out, my frame rate returns. Oh, nice. How close can I get before I lose FPS? Oh, we're to 57. I do this bug dance for a little bit, yeah. If I look down here, like, this is fine. I'm getting, like, 6th. Nope, not anymore, because I started looking in the direction of the intersection. How many people go to this school? Okay, 2,000 people go to this university. It is... What's 20 o'clock? I don't know how to translate military to human time pretty easily. 8 p.m.? Alright, so I understand why there's not a lot of people there. Because the game doesn't simulate, like, people living on campus. Cities 1 did that! Of course it did. Well, you literally put dormitories down and they were just houses. Oh, good. Somebody exploded. "24-hour time makes more sense to you? 12 hours is natural? It depends where you grew up. I guess that's what I'll say. If you grew up in certain households or in certain environments, you're probably more disposed to one than you are the other. Eh. 24 hours is the norm in most of the world. It feels weird to say 20 o'clock. Just, that's me personally. You have a crime probability of 2. Just say it's 20. Once again, just I was not raised with a household that called it 20. Also, this area needs a welfare office, and I think that means that, like, there really aren't many crime spots around the town. Now, put one down here. Ah, yes. Welfare down there prevents crime. Welfare. Brazil had USA influence. Ah. Alright, so by literally putting down welfare offices, we curtail crime because there's no reason for people to commit crimes. Because they have welfare. Like, people are usually, in most cases, driven to crimes because of poor financial situations. So you prevent crime by giving people the ability to not worry about money. Congrats! The majority of crime has been solved. Is it really that simple? Obviously not, but it's probably the easiest step. It's not a catch-all, but it doesn't need to be a catch-all. As long as it tackles the majority of the issue, it's a good thing. You're not going to prevent all crime. There are still going to be people who are just... Even if they grew up in the best situation and had everything, there are still going to be people who are going to do evil things. Oh, that, you know. Sometimes people are just like that. But the majority of crime is usually committed by people who are in situations where they are not able to accommodate for their financial needs and need to supplement it through any means necessary. So by giving people the ability to survive in situations like that without having to turn to crime, stops crime. Welcome to things that I wish everyone in my country knew. Also, this one happened, guys. Well, at least traffic keeps flowing. Ish. Yeah, 12-hour clocks would be the reason that I would cite being, my brain is aligned to a 12-hour schedule. So Mr. Bean's ass car accident, true. How are we doing on services production? Producing quite a bit of our goods. I did add a mod. And it does make it so extractors can extract more. You could set the multiplier to like 1 billion. I think I'm just going to double it. Because the extractors are kind of light with how much resources you have to pull out of the land. And that's the smallest multiplier I can do. Group with digital clocks. Ah! While I myself grew up with a digital clock, the people that I interacted with, mostly my family, all used analog clocks. And... oh, the game got a little chunky on that. You have 12-hour digital clocks down there? Yes! Our digital clock... I can actually... wait a minute. There's a clock nearby. 1 second. I'm going to see if it swaps between 12-hour and 24-hour format. If there's like a toggle for it. Huh. Our clock does not have a toggle to enable 24-hour mode. Huh. I thought it would. Honestly, I kind of thought it would. Alright, we've been live for like an hour and I haven't done any art. Hold on. Wow. Hello, sir. What up? How are you? Farming for Logus?
Prologus.
Prologus? What is Prologus? Wait, did you load your save into 3 so that way you could get past the intro and actually farm a bit? Oh! What is... Wait, what? Is this the red whatchamahoosit? The crimson thing? The crimson card game. Oh, that's not Crimson Versus? That's not Dot Hack. What is that? Wait, is that Final Fantasy Dissidia? Disgaea? I don't... Look, they're both D words. They're both D words and, like, they were on the other side of, like, the Xbox Wars. Oh. So who's that dragoon?
Kane.
King?
Kane.
Kane. Wait, like Arcane? Or like
Spelled
that's their
the
name?
same.
Oh, is that like what Kane's name is based off of? Is that character?
Oh, did Kane base his name off of a dragoon?
Kane. Kane, are you in chat? Or currently not. What an interesting fighting game. It almost reminds me of, like, Kingdom Hearts. Well, we went from 24 to 672. I don't know if that's normal. Wait, what's the 644 in the middle? Is that like a frozen timer?
I'll explain.
There is so much going on, and I have no idea what this... Why is his number going up? Why is your number? These numbers... He learned you. Oh, his AI adapted to...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is freaking Kingdom Hearts. You're running on walls and shit.
Shit.
Ah, you know, classic Dragoon. I'm just going to jump really high.
For that. Like this.
Oh.
Oh.
He blocked it?
He changed. You can assist change in this game.
Oh? You've broken him. Oh, he's like recharging, but you got him. Okay.
So this number is your bravery.
Ah.
Your circle attacks and square attacks. Circle attacks raise your bravery, lower theirs. Square attacks are HP attacks, which use the bravery to deal HP damage.
I see. So
The
you...
number in the middle, if you get a bravery break on your opponent, gives you that center pool of bravery, which usually, depending on the stage, builds up over time.
I see.
But
Okay. I'm learning. I guess that's what we're doing after Dot Hack then, huh? I'm down to see what it is. I have no idea what Final Fantasy disc 2 is. Doing a jiggy bit. I'm so sorry. Excuse the fuck out of me. When the fuck did this happen? Okay. I'm sorry. The handicap accessible ramp will send you. Wait, why are you? You know, just the hazard. This is absolutely abysmal. I hate this. I've done so much to route traffic. The problem is all of this traffic's going over here into this housing development. How much? How? Why? What the? What is over here that is so interesting? It's a small residential development, so it shouldn't have that much traffic flow to it. I could beef up the lanes. Alright, chat. Say it with me. One more lane. Oh, you're not. Yeah, you're abnormally. You're thick. Abby discovering their friend Sona's. Oh, you're thick. What should I draw? I have to do a warm-up. Please get this tree out of my path. Ugh. I'm better than this. Ugh. This is good. I love seeing a bunch of critical errors that say, hey, you should probably close the game. That's always a confidence builder. Only Dove does thick. Side, your Dragonite. Your Dragonite's a little lean, but I am not. I'm drawing Tubtez dummy thick, aren't I? I'm not letting the simulation run. The game's too unstable. I don't trust it. I need to practice spheres before I draw anything. My Dragonite haunches are because of my tail, thank you. I could hear you screaming that. I need you to play the 5-minute RPG. I am not currently wishing to do that, but I will say I will at some point. I always just do a couple quick abbies off of a sphere shape. There's a different way to do the snout. Instead of doing the whole bridge as a line and extending it out, just having the snout be just a single line where the bridge is. I wonder if that'll work. And the problem is, the face's definition doesn't have a snout naturally. So, like, you have this. But, like, I still need to give her some sort of, like, line to jurisdict where her nose is. Or, like, the bridge of her nose is. Doesn't feel right without it, you know? A quick little warm-up, Abby. Might do one or two more. Let's football this woman. See, this is interesting, because there's kind of like two distinct head shapes I draw Abby with. There's like football head Abby and circle head Abby, and they both kind of result in different kind of like feels for her. You know? Like here. I'll do another circle head and I'll have her just staring dead ass into the camera, and then I'll do a football head at an angle, and like they kind of do have separate feels to them. The circle head does allow for a little bit more room for cheek fluff. But the circular, I would say the circular head kind of epitomizes like a younger Abby. Like maybe like a PMD ass Abby. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Just got turned into a Pokemon and is reeling in the ecstasy that is being what you would want to be rather than what you are. And then the one on the top right's more like, she's been this for like 3 years, but she's kind of like... she's adapted to it, you know? Also, I am very bad at keeping my ear size consistent. Kuro going, aren't we all in the back? I have no consistency when it comes to Abby's ear size. She has normal, like slightly above average size Abra ears. But there are some times where this woman gets radar dishes.
I haven't seen the amount of times when I've drawn Abby before myself.
Yeah.
Little Kit Kat ears. We still need to pull out a meat, so I'm gonna go down. Water. Good. Water.
Let me see. Yeah, I think it just needs ice and it should be fine. Judging by the weight and the way it rattles. You can kind of figure it out. Yeah.
What meat could I pull out?
Depends what we have more of, but I think we just used beef earlier this week. So I think it's chicken tonight. And that means chicken might not be thawed tomorrow night, but we should be fine. Regardless. If we use it like, if we cut it into small chunks and cook it, it should cook through.
No, I actually usually cook half-thawed chicken because you usually cut through it.
Yeah.
I was able to cut through it and everything just fine.
That's the thing that's like... Yeah, it's chicken. Chicken's chicken.
I'm just saying, I velveted it whenever it was half frozen before, so...
Yeah. Alrighty, we're having chicken tomorrow. Ooh, while I'm out, I can get more of the pasta sides too. Cost-related question. If Saphira were to evolve twice, how'd Mega Saphira work exactly? Would it be similar to Artie's shiny form? So actually, in Continent of Steel, the great thing is, our wonderful side effect who made the adaptation module to make it so that way it actually, like, works, built something called Awakening Emeralds into the system. I can actually load one up real quick and, like, show off the specifics of what the fuck, you know, the process of Mega Evolution is. And the great thing is, you don't have to have a Mega to actually use it. The way it's worded is, if you're a Mega, you turn into your Mega, but you don't gotta worry about it directly because this process can work for everyone, and it can be reflavored in so many different ways, like Z crystals or G maxing or whatever. It's pretty easy overall. It's just a, hey, this is a built-in boost. This is, I believe it's something from Pathfinder Reskinned? Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't want to see that. What is going on with my keyboard? Ruling-wise, Emeralds, Megastones, Z-Crystals, G-Max Wishing Stars, and all others function the same way as Aeon Stones. They float around the user's head and can be disarmed. Stolen this way, all their effects. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. If an item like the Wayfinder with the Aeon, or, you know, a refined Z-Crystal, you know, the Z-Bracelet, you know, what, you know, like the various blah, then you can be harnessed in there. So Pathfinder already has something that kind of works like this, and that's Aeon Stones. But basically, you know, often given different names, Emra are a catch-all term that just works for all of this. Cool things about it. One, you activate it on a free action, so you don't have to burn your whole turn turning Mega. It's free like in the games. 2, requirement. You took damage since the start of your last turn. At some point between A and B, you have taken damage and you do not have the drained or fatigued condition. Drained is a big constitution debuff, and usually comes when something sucks your fucking soul out. Something along those lines, and you need a good doctor to fix it. Fatigued is similar, and is basically, you need a full night's rest because you are completely and physically exhausted. It has a bunch of negatives. Trigger, your turn begins. So as soon as your turn starts, you pop this shit. Effect, you enter the awakened state for 1 minute. Pathfinder 2e, minute is 6 rounds, so, you know. You get 6 rounds. First thing you get, +2 status bonus to damage rolls. Pretty damn good. This additional damage is halved if your strike or action has the agile trait. So, if you have a weapon with agile, you only get a +1, but it's a +1 on damage, which you get a lot of bonuses on AC, you don't get a lot of bonuses on damage. 1 minute is 10 turns. Right, it's 6 seconds. This bonus, starting at level 7, becomes a +4. Pretty good. And +8 starting at 13. Similar to how Barbarian's damages work. Yep. You gain a +1 status bonus to AC and saving throws. That means you're harder to hit, both with regular projectiles or weapons or spells that target AC, and saving throws, which could be quite a bit. Comes 2 at 7 and 3 at 13. You can't use actions with the concentrate trait unless they also have the rage trait. Barbarian casting! However, however, while in this state, spells and abilities from your ancestry and ancestry feats gain the rage trait. What does this mean? So, you can have egg moves. That is an ancestry feat that allows you some basic spell casting, where you can get basically something from a tree. And you know, it depends on what you are and whatnot. You can also get various spells and feats literally from your various spells and whatnot from your ancestry feats as well. Like, you know, fighting types can get assurance, or dark types can get, you know, bonuses to coerce, you know, etc., etc. Those things, if any of them had the concentrate trait to them, would be able to be used in your Pokemon Mega Z whatever form. That way, all your cool Pokemon shit is still usable, but your class shit, where your power's probably going to be coming from, let's be fair, there's going to be some, like, stupid shit players will always do. It's still limited by the Pathfinder rules there. No, it would not. How about if your spells, while in this state, spells and abilities from your ancestry and ancestry feats gain the rage trait, right? Oh, you're responding to Pokemaster J on that. Being a barbarian stack with this damage. No, it would not. Ah, okay. Yeah. It would not, because it is a status bonus. In Pathfinder 2e, you have to be mindful of what the name of each bonus is. You can only have one status bonus. You can only have one item bonus. You can only have one circumstance bonus. If you have an untyped bonus, that is the only bonus that I believe can be stacked. Because there are some things that are just, you move an additional 10 feet. Not a, you have 10-foot status bonus to your speed. No, you just move an additional 10 feet. That is different. That is not a bonus. That is just an additive. Yes. This is basically rage as an item. Yep. After a minute has passed, you exit this state and suffer from energy overflow until your morning preparations. Energy overflow basically puts a bunch of negatives in you. Yeah, speed has its own wording shenanigans, but, you know. But basically, the long and short of it is you're getting that fatigued condition, so you can't just mega. No, you're not getting that. That's not free. And this detriment is a pretty big detriment. Fatigued, for a lot of character builds, is incredibly scary. Fatigue can be tough in general. Exactly. Fatigue is very dangerous. Yeah. Players really don't get access to things that inflict fatigue until later level, because fatigued is strong. If you were to give something fatigued, you've basically de-leveled them for the rest of the day until they get what is for them considered a long rest. It's not bad. It's not bad for your party. It's really bad for what gets infected with it, because that also sits on top of other things that will ruin them, like frightened, or confused, or stupidified, or sickened. Remember, exploration activities are a lot of things in this game that are incredibly important. What if I would simply win? Then you better back them words up. I've removed the abbeys. They're gone. That's fine, they were just some demo heads. Oh, that is an adorable sphere side. D&D sounds really fun. If I ever had any playtime and experience with D&D. This isn't D&D, this is Pathfinder 2e. I would definitely say learn PF2e first and do like a one-shot in PF2e to decide whether you want to actually do PF2e, because it is a very rules-heavy system. It's not a free-flow system like Powered by the Apocalypse or something, where you can kind of have fun ad-libbing. The PF2E has rules for everything, which is great because you don't really have to worry about a lot of questions if you know all the rules. But there is a pause in that sentence for a very explicit reason. It took me 4 years to learn all the rules to Pathfinder 2e. Through playing in campaigns, through GMing things myself. And even then, I'm still not perfect with them. Take a shot every time I screw up Artie's aura and how that works. Oh, I don't know all the rules yet, because remember, the Kingmaker campaign that I did, we kind of just ignored the That's a problem for the Kingmaker campaign. Don't try to learn everything. Learn what you need. Look up what you don't know when it comes up. Pretty much, yeah. Learn the basics of, like, you know, combat. You know, your number bigger than the other number, you win. And Advent Children is done. An hour was added due to technical issues. Oh dear God, I'm sorry, Sensen. I hope you guys had fun. Artie's aura distracts Abby. Well, I know what I'm drawing. Artie's head is actually pretty simple in design. You basically draw the top half of a toaster and replace the bottom with Abby's football head. He keeps saying, get bread. This is why. He's a toaster. He's a steel type.
Bits, I don't care.
What? Tank, thank you. Thank you, Tank. Protogen Artie if he's a toaster. I feel like Artie's in the other room just like shaking his head with the most solemn disappointment. Look at how cute he is. Figure out where his nose lives. One day I hope I can draw Artie as handsome as he is in real life. I hear fervent fire type poster discussion in the other room through my headset. I don't know what the specifics are. Just know I've sparked a fire. Like a toaster. Full of paper. Why would you do that? I don't know, I was like 2. Anyway. Lucario's body is difficult because they're thin. And so, like, I don't know how to judge how thin to make a Lucario until it's like, I'm 3 minutes into my drawing and I put his body forward and I'm like, he's right, I don't know. I need to figure out a good way to, like, reshape his body. Do I make him a little more dummy thick? Probably. Also, his body's like incredibly scaled down. Very skinny, but huge hips. Yeah, like most of the people on Blue Skies Sonas. That's a lie. Everybody on Blue Skies dummy thick. How do I make your legs? Ah, I've made an M. I branch it down and then pull it off into half circles. Chat, don't worry, I remembered this time. He has the aura sensors. My Sona isn't dummy thick, but I have the power to make them dummy thick. Well, you are an artist. So yes, you do have the power to make your Sona as dummy thick as you would desire. That's the power of becoming an artist. I think I might have made him a little too dummy thick. Give him a thigh gap too. Close your legs. Wait a minute. No, I have a better idea for a drawing. I'm gonna draw Artie standing on a cliff. And then Abby's gonna be like back there with Noelle and be like, he's aura farming. Aww. Creature. Oh, you're going out there with her? Kuro has left the room holding Creature the cat. Creature does not at all like being outside our room, but we're slowly getting her acclimated to not want to, like, be afraid of the house. We have gotten her to experience the bathroom, and then use the bathroom as a thoroughfare to accidentally wind up in another part of the house, where they quickly found their way back in. That was her achievement today. Why not Scott and Kuro with you in the drawing, Abby? And yeah, I could have Abby between the three of them. It's just figuring out how to space everybody so that way everyone's, like, standing there. Raise your ears. Maybe I just make his body like a cardboard tube, and then I throw the rest of Lucario on him. He's like a Pez dispenser. You pull back on the aura feelers and you get candy. I feel like that's a great way to get punched.
Yeah.
I don't want to give him a butt. But... kinda gotta. This ankle is showing off a little tail. What flavor of Pez would he be? Cherry. Cherry juicy juice, to be exact. But if you live in the Midwest, it tastes like Ruby Red Squirt. That's a limited edition one. Tail. Yeah, we'll get there. His arms are so tiny. I have to make his arms reasonably thick towards like the ends. Like a little doodle. He's aura farming. Important. What Lucario do? Like, don't tell me Bryce and Straight don't also aura farm. I can see both of them aura farming when they do something cool. Hell, I aura farm. Everyone does. Everyone wants to be Piccolo. Well, except for, I guess, Piccolo. Until, like, Super. At that point, he's like, alright, cool. I can just be chill. Bryce, no, Bryce is humble. I'd say Bryce probably has moments where they feel proud of themselves and, like, do want to do little cool anime things. You know? I definitely could see them having a moment where they're like, I did something cool. I'm gonna, like, flip my sword up and, like, do something cool. Why does he look weird? What's wrong, sir? They sure would have if they could have stolen Goss's sword. Yeah. I think it's that jaw. That jawline, all right. Oh, now he's like frumpy. Banger. We're out of 10. Music's out of 10 right now. Okay, we went from a 10 to a 9. We're doing pretty good. Let's see if he continues. Let's see if he continues. Why does he look so frumpy? He looks like he's been, like, told they ran out of, like, the thing he wanted to get at the store. Why does he look like that? He's very upset that the cheesecake at Gordon's is gone. This looks like he's gonna scold a child. It's me, the child, the body of a 35-year-old. Once again, drinking mustard straight from the tap. Abby, I found that you had like 13 mustard packets in your hoodie pocket, and I put it in the laundry. Why? Your snacks. That's how I imagine the exchange anyway. Gremlin Abby. Okay. I'm a gremlin now. Like it's a villain ass. Yes. I'm going to do an evil. About dude, he's so scraggly. Fable, yes. You woman? What's wrong with you, woman? Oh. Yeah, she's coming, I guess. I'm the freaky Fred right now. I don't know what this is. Yeah, this is pretty accurate. I am unleashed. I'm unleashed like Sonic. This was supposed to be like a 5-second bit. I'm cutting her out of the picture so I can save her for later. It looked like I am gonna push him off the cliff. Wait a minute. I'm not getting Abby the werehog out. I'm erasing this gremlin, and then I'm pasting her because she's in my clipboard still. But she's on another layer, so I can keep the serious drawing that I want. The aura farming image I wanted to do. Push him into the pool, a much more tame joke. True. To be fair, wait a minute, if I did that, the problem is the next panel is Abby going for the push, then Artie just moves slightly out of the way, and she goes into the pool. Like that... That is the series of how the Saturday morning funny goes. Abby. Well. Rat. Actually, maybe I try a swing at Scott's evolved rat form. I can find the picture she made of it and use it as a reference. Already rolling below a 10 on athletics to reposition you, and it still succeeds. Not hard. Abby has a very similar stat block to Aberdeen and Shaw. She is a charisma caster. But this one is at least me trying to be a little melee focused with one. You do the color test? Nah, I did not. More charisma casters need to do that. Why do you think Topta forces Abby to do runs around Peridot every friggin' morning? Why does this actually feel like a Saturday morning comic? It's kind of, I don't know, the style's weird. Wizard legendary at athletics puts you in a chokehold before fireballing your friends. Unfortunately, you would have to build... Wait a minute. If you... Is there a way in Pathfinder to use strength for HP instead of con? Because I know that the barbarian I run in BBEG has the ability to, instead of using strength modifiers for certain rolls, use con modifiers. I'm sorry, can you repeat what you just said? In BBEG, which is D&D 5e, I have a barbarian that is spec'd out in a way where, for a lot of strength-based rolls, instead she can use her constitution. Barbarians use strength for HP to increase at level... Yeah. So, like, is there a means through which... Yeah. Barbarians use strength to level up. Okay. Now my brain's like, is that part of the class, or can I take it as a dedication and get that? But that feels like it's part of the class. Part of the class, I think, yeah, because in... Pathfinder 1E, depending on what class you dunked into, because it was a 3/5/5E system, you know, every time you leveled up, you put it into a class, and what level that class was what you got the bonuses for. So, like, Toro's final build was, like, 11 levels in Ranger, the rest of it was an Investigator. Because I think we stopped at like level 16, 17, 18, something like that. With her. In Shattered Star. What I know we have is being able to use con as strength. Okay. Because if I'm having my wizard go in there, then I would probably build primary into the casting trait and secondary into constitution. And then we'll see what happens. If I can use my con for my athletics roll instead of strength. Index, 2 more stats over. True. You would have to be pretty late down the growth of wizard to get your strength up super high, though, unless you pull pretty hard into it through, like, other things. Like class feats and whatnot. Abby, you're going off model. You didn't pull up refs again, did you? Nope! Int, dex, con, strength. The problem is, I like playing charisma characters, so I don't know if I could ever pull a build off where I'm not playing a character that at least has some means of talking. I like playing characters who, you know, have a little bit of diplomacy. Yeah, with the charisma character, I guess you would pull... Yeah, int replaced with charisma. Which would be like, you know, psychic or something. TF2 has a lot of ways to use society for social stuff. True. I should probably look into that so I can... The problem is Aberdeen... I don't know. Well, Aberdeen does eventually, when she opens up, become a much more charismatic and outgoing woman. I want to replay her without the diplomacy. I don't think I don't know. I don't know, it's one of those situations where I wish I had like 3 extra days of the week to just play in other tabletop campaigns. Noelle is so fucking concerned about this. Yeah, this is what happens when she sees Abby's gone gremlin. Yeah, playing in other campaigns is a good way to experiment with classes. Exactly. Like, I have, like, a few characters lined up that I want to play after, you know, like, certain stories wrap. Couple shorter adventures sometimes. Exactly. Plus, it would be a cool opportunity to get, like, other people involved, because, like, yeah, okay, if we run something at night where, like, one of our, like, your friends who is always involved in tabletop isn't able to attend, we're like, you know, it's a great opportunity to bring someone else in and make sure other people have fun times. That way more people get to experience tabletop and have fun, and I'm getting hugged by a Zorark! Hell yeah! I'll kiss you. Yeah, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Oh. I hope my boyfriend doesn't mind it. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But that's the lyrics to the song, I got it. Kinda gave her Lucario pants. There we go. Reduced her butt. Your boyfriend kisses that girl too, you dork. Ow! Gotta go back in time, find my girlfriend's drawing of herself. I can kind of draw it to... It was the start of her daily art. It was the wonderful, the dragon rat, yeah. I'm so happy MVP. I want. I can't wait. Because once Once Scott gets settled after FE is all said and done, and she's got the time to relax, we're going to be able to hang out again and, like, wow. I want to hang out with my girlfriend again. I want to make sure she's, like, you know, not overstressed from other stuff. I want to, like, be like, let's hang out. And they're just like, I need to have time. I don't know. Gotta figure out how to draw her head. Put an angle there, put an angle there. I don't want to be a bother. I have to, like, draw a horse or something here so I kind of understand where the body is. I need to draw more quadrupedal things. I need to draw many things. Draw Carol. I don't remember how Vulpix's head looks like. I think it's a... I forget. Do Vulpixes have... They have little noses like that, yeah. A big hat. Ugh, my eyes. I drew the angle, the initial head a little bit wrong. I forget what Vulpix's anatomy looks like. We'll figure it out. Carol is always cute. Yeah. there. I'm going to cut, put onto a different layer, and then I'm going to go to Carol's DMs and paste it as well. I need to find Carol's DMs. The last time Carol and I DM'd each other. That was more recent than... Oh, not down there. Oh. There she is. Vulpix has been deployed to Carol's DMs. Molo's cute too, yeah. Tactical Vulpix deployed. Exactly! I think her head's too long. Just going to give her a little bit of a squeeze. Tactical Vulpix deployed. Oh yeah, no, she's going full awa. 1 second, I need to show you this cat. What the cat doing? I don't know, but she's on my work computer. That's fine. I can't wait for somebody at my job to send me a message and scare her off the table. This does not look right. The eyes aren't right. That's why. Thing is, I used a too thick of a pen here, so a lot of detail that should have like been preserved wasn't. Once again, learning anatomy. That design feels more Scott. We can kind of clean up the arms a little bit, clean up the hoodie. There's still so much that I still like look on and I'm just like, there are people who know how to do this stuff instantly so much better than I can. I want to get to their level. Maybe I should like ask them to teach me some point. You know? Because I feel like there are definitely weaknesses with this drawing of Scott right now. I like the claws don't feel super defined or anything like that. The scale and proportion doesn't seem off. Like, I can point out the problems. The issue is making sure I don't create these problems in the composition step. Learning the steps to be better at creating the initial image rather than fixing it 13 times. I feel like that is a, you know, a weakness of mine, is I'm very much somebody who will eventually get the art down right. But getting it down right the first time is a struggle. I have to play around with it constantly until I get it to the point where it's where I want it to be, rather than just being able to create it at that point, you know? I don't know if it's a me being my worst critic kind of thing, or if it's more just a general artist struggle. As it always is going to take a lot of time to get the art to where you want it to be. I think what you're drawing looks great, though. Yes, but the initial Scott that I made was pretty nasty, and I had to do a couple revisions to get it to here. And even then, I know I could probably do it better if I had more practice with it, with my current skills, but I guess that isn't my current skills, that's practiced with dragon skills. I guess that's technically different. I'm also not doing that fading thing again. I've done that bit so many times, and I can't, like... I'm gonna go mad if I keep doing that goddamn fading bit again. It's always so difficult to keep up with the goddamn thing and think of something to talk about as you slowly move the microphone away and keep working on whatever you're working on. finding something I'll always try and figure out what to talk about is always difficult, but eventually you figure out something, and it comes back to you, slowly and steadily over time, and it's crazy how that works. Anyway, yeah, I know I do have Kuro right there. I would like to do more things where I learn with her and stuff. Same with Scott. They are, look, much more incredibly talented artists than I am. Yeah, yes, okay, I've done the whole daily art thing. Yes, it was really cool, and it was like, okay, you know, like, not everybody could do that. Cool and all, but, like, there's a whole lot of... Could you repeat that, Abby? I kind of blanked out. No. But, like, they are significantly better artists than I. Feel like one step in the right direction is confidence. Oh, I know I'm very talented for what I have done in the last 5 years. I feel like there's a difference between confidence and humble, and I feel like I'm trying to be more humble than I am confident. Yeah, I can bring a lot of stuff that I really want to life in the ways that I want. But there are also still a lot of things that I know I have glaring weaknesses with. Don't talk to me about color theory. I don't know shit about color theory. My lines could definitely use work. My finished lines on my final products, I feel like my sketch lines are stronger than my normal lines, and I know that is a problem for many other artists. So I'm not, like, ashamed of it. I just know it's a problem, and I'll need to figure out how to fix it eventually. You know, I'll have to learn how to make better lines or find a style of lines that work with the way I do art. But right now, I'm not really experimenting because I like where I'm at, but I know there's probably something better if I took the time and dug into it. The problem is, going on those processes takes time, and right now my art's kind of an autopilot before Vernal Equinox. I will say a lot of my focus right now is, 1, making sure Saturday is cool. 2, Vernal Equinox and finances and stuff, and so my daily art hasn't really been a lot more than just a sketch or something. It's not been like full crazy pieces every day. It's just been, you know, doodles and vent pieces and things of that nature. My weaknesses as an artist. Mine's drawing floof and most textures. Floof is difficult to get down at the start. A lot of what you kind of need to remember is volume. Floof in itself has different textures, different makeups, but the volume of that floof is going to be the most important when it comes to a lot of it. Floof needs to have, like, the appearance of, like, you could stick your hand in that. So a lot of floof is learning how to give the right volume. How to make something seem fluffy by just, you know, helping visualize it. Another big thing for early art to get, like, a lot of practice into is remembering everything you're going to draw is a 3D shape. In some way, shape, or form. So let's look at Abby's, you know, face here. She has a head. Amazing, right? Most of us do. But on that head, I can put circles on them to kind of jurisdict the areas that things happen. So we have an area where hair fluff is, an area where ears come out, an area where the nose comes out. So then we can kind of build out from there. So we know, like, you know, your general ear shape is going to come from here. So we can kind of complete a little bit of a cone sticking out of the edge of that football shape. And we build out, like, the volume of the ears. when it comes to like the cheeks. Like we have some fluff that comes out and like flows organically over the sides. So it like droops down because there's a little bit of gravity affecting it. You know, it's not going to stick straight out like a bunch of spikes. It's going to have weight to it because it's a weighted object. Then we fuse it back in with the rest of the body. Same for up here. That's why the hair fluff comes down immediately before spiking back in, because they're different strands of fur. And because it's in the foreground, we can erase objects behind it, like the ear cone. We can also make a cut in the ear cone and essentially dig out this area here by just erasing this bottom line. Or no, other way around. Dig out the top part to sell the illusion that it is connected. That these cones have some sort of breakpoint where, you know, fluff could live or something like that. And then we bring the nose forward. We know that the nose will have a bridge that can extend forward. So your nostrils aren't going to be at the top, they're going to be pointed downward, because Abby's face has a snoot. So the nostrils being here means that they wouldn't be like up here at the top unless she's staring dead on. But if she's staring a little bit downward, you know, you can also kind of, because the colors of Abby's fur will actually separate things out for us here. Kind of drew a dragonite head down there. Don't worry about him. The sniffer. You put the muzzle down here. This is actually the bridge of the like the front of the nose will live over here. Because once again, we're facing downward, which means the bridge would be like back here. If we wanted to, we could draw out the full length of the nose by putting these connectors here on the side. But they don't really exist, so we just kind of get rid of it. Because the only important shapes that I pull are the ones that are going to be the most visually, like, important. I have been given fruit gummy. And then eyes. I could just put circle, circle, and that's it, but we know from, you know, this, that Abby's face has a shape to it. Which means eyes actually come back like this. Though her face is weirdly proportioned right now. Mainly because we're just kind of dealing with the nostrils here. We just, you know. This isn't a great example. Oh, I've deleted a whole layer. Excuse me. But another thing to remember is when you're doing like broad shapes like this. Nose looks like a face. No! Is you also want to have dividing lines. Eyes normally exist in the middle of the face. Why? Because your brain lives in here. You got a noggin in there. It's gotta go somewhere. If your eyes are up here, then where's your brain? Brain's this. Boy, that's a tiny brain. Your eyes are down here. Which means your nose and your mouth have to live in this space. Down here. What if Abby, what if drawing Sonic? Then we ignore the rules. It does look like a hat. Like a beanie, yeah. I was half tempted to put it on Abby's head. I was really half tempted to put it on Abby's head. Yeah, we ignore the Sonic design in this house. We have two eyes here. Another thing about eyes staring forward will not be rooted to like the lowest closest point forward, there will be a little bit of space between them, because in real life, you do that too when you're staring at something dead ahead. There's a little bit of space between your eyes, or else you go cross-eyed, and that's not good. I have no idea if this is picking up on the VTuber. I'm intentionally cross-eyeing myself. I can do it the other way too, but I don't know how it looks. There's supposed to be individual eye tracking. I don't know if there is. One of those things where it's supposed to be like a... I don't know. I could look in the VTuber settings real quick. Look at my nose, I go cross-eyed. You know what's actually great, though, is like that looked like an Abra up until the point where I put all of Abby's shit on it. And now it looks like an Abby with weird eyes. Kind of bedroom eyes, but I would kind of flatten them out rotation-wise. Give me a mustard. All the world's mustard belongs to me! Why am I rouge? Oh. It's like a sultry cartoon cat. I am a sultry cartoon cat. For the most part. Aww. He's staring at her picture with you. Oh no! Oh, that's an adorable Abby. Oh my god. You're good. Wow. He just wants to give you a mustard. Heroes, you have weird eyes. Heroes just unhinged. Oh, I'm so excited to see how Geo wrapped. Yeah, see? I fixed the rotation on the eyes. It's like 70% more Abby. I'm gonna talk about mustard. No. I'm gonna talk about Genesis music. Specifically from this game. I love this song. The level that you play in when you, like, when this song naturally comes... Because normally each stage in the game has its own music, but you can, you know, select your own music and play whatever on whatever stage. So this is Steal Into the Night, which is stage 3. Spacebar. Stage 3, OST. Out. Run 2019. Yes, they made a game in 1993 called Outrun 2019. Want you to think about that one now that we're in the year 2026. Oh no, I don't want a long play. I don't care. This is the stage that loads up. Hold up. Stop. I'm not done. My main concern is when I do this, it's going to be awful audio because this game needs to be put through a stereo equalizer. Nope. Your left and right eardrums are now getting peppered. I sure hope you're not listening to the stream with headphones on, because this music's going to make you hate everything. It's a great track if you force mono. Also, you get rid of the game sound effects. But like, okay, the music that plays specifically for this stage, yeah, I hate that too. It's like this, you go through a bunch of stages that are essentially like worn down monuments and whatnot. You kind of like it. Here, let me get the unfiltered version then real quick. Let me bring over Music B, and I'm going to unclick something. Let's listen to what the real I don't know how bad it is in this one, but there are ones that have it worse. I think Running Pleasure has a problem with it. I wonder if I can downmix specific songs. This one might be a good one. But there's a specific reason, and it's because of this game. But going back to the original reason why this song brought me forward was, when I play this song, it is involuntarily stuck in my head that I think of like driving on a freeway next to like Stonehenge or something, or like the Grand Canyon, or like, you know, the pyramids, because that's what this stage is. But it feels like, you know, like you're racing in midnight around like Mayan ruins or something. Or like in old country where like people don't even know that you're in a space car. They're just like, I have a cow. That's my life. And that's fine for them. And you're just driving through those lands. But that's just because that's the stage you play the game through. I love that part. Like that melody right there, I love this melody. But if I go to another song, here we go. This might make you hate the stereo. Is it this one, or is it Relight My Fire that it's a problem with? Yeah, this one has a problem with being, it's going back and forth. This one's weird with headphones on. This is the primary reason that I keep this on mono. Because I don't know how something makes you feel exhausted via sound, but if you listen to this song, Yeah, okay. Inform the counter. We've reset again. Problem is, if you downmix it, you lose a lot of that. Because you don't hear that da 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 da. Kiko, thank you. Oh. But it makes the song sound a bit more stable. And when you played it on a CRT, the mono mix is what you would hear more predominantly. It's an interesting, but I don't really know how to, like, it's weird. We can leave it off for a while and see how it goes. Only other one I'm concerned about is... you don't really hear this, like, you don't really hear that when it's mixed in a mono. Yeah. Yeah. That right there. Makes the song a lot more listenable. This is pretty straightforward. Not much change here. Yeah, that is the one song I keep the mono toggle on. I don't know if I can manually force this one song to play in mono. No. Wait a minute, if I made a... hold up, wait a minute, I might have an idea. I'm just gonna call this mono and see if that works. Turn that off. Well, it's technically a DSP plugin, so it might not work. But we'll see. No, I don't think the plugin automatically enabled for this song. That's unfortunate. I think, honestly, I might just go take the file that this is of, like, literally just, like, go to, like, search, open in Windows Explorer. Hello, welcome, how are you? Oh my god, oh my god. What up, Audacity? And what are you? Feel the beat? No, you're Hotfire. Hey, did you know Audacity is changing? Cool, I don't care. And then, is there a mono force on this? Wait, when did Audacity get NDI? What? What? That's a new one. How do I mono you? Audacity keeps changing. The fork of Audacity you use. Yeah, go for it. Normalize? Does normalize do what I want? No, I think normalize just takes off the hard edges. I have no idea how to monetize you. I have no idea how to monetize you. Oh, fun fact, the media player at the bottom right, this right here, fixed it, sorry. This right here is how I get the little bars in the bottom right media player. If I make this full screen, everything disappears. Because all of the elements get screwed up that get pulled from automatically to make that work. The little bar above the title of the music that slowly fills up is literally this bar right here, just stretched and distorted. I have to keep music B at specifically this resolution because the moment it changes, all of my shit breaks. Which is honestly fine, because that's all I need for Music B's size. I literally set Music B to like the size that I was like, okay, this is perfect. What's a layout if it doesn't have some wonkiness? I mean, it works. That's all it needs to do. I need to color in Artie's. Check off topic when you get a chance? Okay. Alright, I can now check off topic. That's about right. Why'd the music stop? There it is. Oh! Someone made a better roundabout than me! The 7-layer one. Damn. I'm so excited. But I think this is gonna be where I stop for now. Alright, that'll be it for us. Let's go find someone to throw you at. File, wafers. Don't worry about the file labeled Big Secret. Don't worry, the big secret won't hurt you. Not until Saturday it won't. Alright, that's gonna be it for us. Save some files. Not Big Chungus my secret. Let's go find somebody to raid. I go download Dark Audacity. But, who are we gonna go say hi to? I'm gonna find somebody who's chill, not gonna overwhelm you guys, but still have some energy to them. Let's go say hi to Senti. I don't raid Senti all that much, and they're a cool artist. So we're gonna give them some love. Thank you all for coming out and watching. It is always awesome to you all. If you're not following Senti, when you get over there, give them a follow. They're a really cool artist. They're very good at drawing cats. And all sorts of other stuff. But that'll be it for us. I will be back Saturday, definitely, with a hell of a session in COS. Might go for a while. Who knows? But we'll kind of figure it out and figure out where we go from there. And then Sunday will be a hell of a session too. That's gonna be fun. But we'll figure that one out when we get there too. Thank you all for coming out and watching. It is always awesome streaming for you all. Make sure you go and send a smile wherever you go on the internet and have a good one. We will see you guys next time on this thing. That, you know, you can do it too. You're just as able to do it as much as I am. Many things can be done on the internet. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Bye!